Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rechak Wadash, and the bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that tells us truth, and much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work, and peace and salutation to the hopefully elect that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. To you I say, Shalom. It's going to be a quick news and prophecy update, and World War III is in your mainstream media now, man. All right, World War III is in your mainstream media, so what do you got to say now? All of a sudden, those guys on the highways and byways with so-called dresses on with missile signs talking about UFOs, don't seem so crazy anymore, So the more prophecy unfolds itself, the less crazy we look, and the more stupid you out there look, man, who despise this message, and which ultimately doing that, and you doing that, is going to lead to your destruction. So the Lord right now is pretty much clarifying the men he's dealing with as things begin to come to pass that are spoken by the prophets. All right, the MOTB, the chip, okay? And here's World War III. And we're telling you that America is going to be destroyed by Russia. So let's get into it, all right? We're going to get into that article right there too. That's how it's going to be before these missiles hit. You're going to get a text message. All right? Saying that missiles is on the way. So the first one right here from RT News, which the elder bishops went into this article. Serbia warns everyone is preparing for war. All right? So that's the theme in the earth, war. As our Lord Yahweh said in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, as he spoke to his disciples privately, he told them, all right, you should hear of wars and rumors of wars. Okay? But see them that should be not troubled, for all these things, shall come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the end is not yet. But we're seeing the build-up. We're seeing the tensions being heightened between these nations. America is being revealed, skirts being lifted up, and these nations starting to see the shame of America and its underhanded dealings, man. So, beautiful times if you of the hopefully elect, because this is what we hope in, and which is we're seeing the destruction of our enemies, and this has all been done by Yahweh by Shemel Shah. All right. So yes, again, Serbia warns everyone is preparing for war. So in this article, you got different nations, all right, who are stacking up on ammo. All right. As it says right here, ammunition is selling like hotcakes. All right, so these nations are preparing themselves, and this is all scripture. Let's go to Joel, the 3rd chapter. We'll start at verse 1. It says, the nations will be judged, for behold, in those days, in these days now, and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, the Israelites. Starting with the elect, I will also gather all nations and will bring them into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. All right. So this has all been done for the sake of the Israelites. First and foremost, it's been done for the glorification of Yahweh by Shemel Shah. But he's going to be glorified in him delivering his elect from the heathen, man. All right, and destroying these nations. All right. So let's scroll down to verse 9, where he says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right. He's telling us to tell you nations this, man. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Yeah, get ready for World War III, the war of Armageddon. Wake up the mighty men, and let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. So beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. So these nations are pretty much gearing up for war. It's basically what that's going into. They're putting down their working utensils, all right, and they're getting ready for war by buying ammunition and missiles. So it says, let the weak say I'm strong. So the weak nations are now strong by the way of thermonuclear capabilities, all right, ICBMs, all right. So it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, and thither call thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Bashmal Shah. So ultimately, it's going to get so bad over there in the east during World War III that the angels are going to come down, all right? The so-called UFOs, the chariots of our salvation to fight, you see? So, this is the beginning stages of all that coming to pass, man. So we're not going to be here for long, if I should say, all right? As we see these things rapidly coming to pass as you get in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. So let's go to this one right here from dailyrecord.co, where it says Vladimir Putin in warning of a World War III global conflict as he issues nuclear threat. So the bear is being aroused, all right? The Lord is lifting up the spirit of the Medes, okay? So he says, during his State of the Nation speech today, the Russian leader threatened to take fighting cross-border and appeared to justify the use of nuclear weapons, right? So this is all the counsel of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and he's stirring up the Medes over there, all right? The land of the Medes, in which the Edomites are rushing today, occupy that land. So let's go to Isaiah 13, verse 1. It says, prophecies about Babylon, America, okay? Ancient vision seen about America. So it says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. So lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. The high mountain represents America. That banner is the scriptures, it's truth. So lift ye up a banner, the scriptures, upon the high mountain, the most exalted place in this earth. Let's get a precept real quick. Let's go to Psalm 60 in verse 4, where it says, thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Salah. So we have been given this banner, which is likened unto a sign, a signal, as the Lord has told us to go and declare among the nations, all right, that they're going to be destroyed, and ultimately the elect are going to rise up due to our Lord Yahweh Shai returning, okay? So Strong's H5251, it says something lifted up, a standard, signal pole, ensign, banner, sign, seal. You get the point. A flag. So this is a token, as you see here. This is a token or a sign to these nations, all right, that time is up, okay? So the Lord has given us that banner, right, to the elect, that it may be displayed because of the true Salah. And it says that thy beloved, the beloved is the house of David, which represents the elect, may be delivered. You see? So when it's true, we're declaring the end of these nations and the salvation of the elect, man, right here in America, and also across the four corners. But this right here is going to be the main deliverance, as the Lord's going to beam us up in so-called UFOs, while simultaneously destroying America with thermonuclear fire, using these other nations, man. How about that? So it says that thy beloved may be delivered. Say with thy right hand. The right hand represents Yahweh Shai, and hear me, man. Right? So this is what we're waiting on, and we're speaking the counsel of Yahweh Bashim Shai into existence. So Isaiah 13, verse 2 again, lift your banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them. Okay, exalt the voice unto them, which is the counsel of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shake the hand, which means to tell these nations off, that they may go into the gates of the noble. So the upper higher ups in the society, the ones that have power, have heard the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai, and that has produced fear, as you get in the book of Jeremiah 15, verse 43. They've heard that America is going to be destroyed, right? And we're seeing it come to pass. Jeremiah 50 in verse 43. The king of Babylon, Esau, have heard the report of them. They have heard the testimony, and his hands waxed feeble, and anguish took hold of him, and pains as of a woman in travail. So this testimony we have is scaring the shit out of these up elites, man, starting with Esau, all right? Because we're speaking of nuclear destruction, and we're going in the scriptures and showing you exactly how America is going to be taken out, all right? We're telling you that Russia is rising up, okay? And they're about to burn this place along with these other nations as well. So Isaiah 13 and verse, we'll start at verse 17. Babylon will fall into the Medes. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. The Medes today will be Russia. The Edomites are rushing to occupy the land of Medes today, which was a land that the Japhetic people occupied in ancient time. So the Lord is stirring up these Russians against America. First, by revealing America, you got the situation with the Nord Stream pipeline deal, in which there's been videos showing that America was going to do that prior to them actually doing it or it happening, and also other atrocities as well. Okay, dealing with these other EU nations, all right, sanctions and all of that, was going to cause these nations to come up against America as well, even their allies. So it says, we should not regard silver, and as for gold, they should not delight in it. So Russia is looking at America like, this bitch just got to go, man. I don't want no money. I don't want to do no deals with you. We just want to burn you, all right? So that fury, that ancient fury from the Soviet Union that these Russians had is all the way back today, okay? It has been rekindled. So they're not going to regard the riches at all, because they see the pollution that America is pushing out across the four corners, all right? The LGBTQ community, you know, and so on and so forth. That democracy is polluting the earth. So 18 says, their bows also shall dash a young man to pieces. The bows represents the missiles. Let's read this in the NLT. It says, the attacking arms would shoot down the young men with arrows. They would have no mercy on helpless babies and would show no compassion for children. So the arrows, which are the missiles, are not going to have any passion upon these Babylonians once they touch down. All right, it's going to destroy everything in sight. You see? So verse 19 says, Babylon, the most glorious of kingdoms, America, the flower of Chaldean pride, see that, will be devastated like Sodom and Gomorrah when the Most High destroyed them. All right, so that's what's coming. And Babylon will never be inhabited again. It will remain empty for generation to generation. All right, to the left it says Arab or Arabian, in which you're not going to be able to find an Arab on a corner selling hot wings and bullshit to Jake. All right. So going back over into the KJV, it says, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, and neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Right? It's going to be utterly decimated. So before that happens, you're going to have, of course, talks of World War III happening, which is always going to put these people on game about what time it is. All right? You're going to start hearing about World War III more and more, and the power of these nukes. Once they start flying, nations are going to start being in fear. And now, over there in Britain, as you see here, it says text message warning, a world war to be sent to your mobile in weeks. So they're going to be sending out messages just like you see in the movies, in which doing like a nuclear warning, something like that. You have like a test message warning you, right? This is a test, just in case. But it's going to come a point in time in which there's not going to be a test. It's going to be the real thing. You see? It's going to be the real thing. And that's going to lead to you people being in fear. Let's go back to Isaiah 13. And we start at verse 6. It says, Howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashmal Shai is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. You see? So once you get that message saying that this is not a test, Russian and shot off, so many missiles or whatnot, all these other nations have shot that missile, you got 15 minutes to take cover. Okay? You're going to see people in a state of confusion like never before. Like, yeah, this is it. This is it. So it says, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. You see that? Pains and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames, man. All right? And this is very cruel. This is a cruel work from Yahweh Ba'ashmal Shai, because he's going to put terror upon you people. All right? Complete terror upon you before the missiles hit. So verse 9 says, Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners that were invited with. The 2/3 who did not want to hear this message and repent are going to be destroyed, right along with Esau and these other nations over here in America, man. Yeah, very cruel judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashmal Shai. All right. So what America is doing right now in the earth, far as his underhanded dealings and being revealed, okay, by these other nations. Well, that's the Lord confounding America, right? That's the Lord confounding America. And as the scriptures say, whatever you sow is what you're going to reap. And that's why these nations are going to rise up against America. So Job 18 and verse 6, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle. Esau's tabernacle is America. And his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened. And what is the strength of Esau? His deception. So that's going to be straightened. He's going to be in a level of difficulty trying to get his NWO off. All right? So he's being revealed, due to his propaganda, his lies, all this stuff is being uncovered. And the nations are seeing America's shame. So again, it says, and his own counsel shall cast him down. You see that? For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon his snare. The gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The robber is who? Yahweh Shai. All right? The Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. So it said the snare is laid for him in the ground. What is the snare? It's talking about the missiles. It's laid for him in the ground, the silos, and they trap him in the way. So it says terror shall make him afraid on every side. So once these missiles are shot off from the four winds on every side, there's going to be terrors upon America. And shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. You see that? So yeah, once the Lord sends that message, this is not a test. Russia and everybody else, even America's allies, just fed up. They just gonna shoot up everything that they got at America. That's gonna create a lot of fear right here in America, man. All right, as we just read. So yeah, this is the Lord's counsel. Esau's NWO is gonna be interrupted by the plans of Yahweh Bashmal Shah. So Psalm 7 and verse 13, he have also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows, you see, the missiles against the persecuted. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen to the ditch which he made. See that? So the mischief, or his mischief, shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come upon his own pate. So there's no counsel against Yahweh Bashmal Shah. And as the scripture said in Job 5, and grab that real quick, Job 5 and verse 12, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, right? So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, their NWO. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the fraud is carried headlong. So ultimately, America's fate is going to be destroyed by all these other nations in the midst of World War III, and simultaneously the elect will be delivered. And our Lord Yahweh Shai will reign on the throne of David, right, forevermore. So with that, Lord willing, you're edified. Till next time I say, Shalom.